Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Chodash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Ban Yasharal of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm in the car, Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. And out today, I'll be coming out of the lesson. And, of course, it was inspired by a lesson that my elder just did on this same, we'll say, topic. And as you can see, you know, this goes into, I got a couple of scriptures I'm going to go into, but it says the reason why the M-ox, I ain't going to really say, you know, certain words, and I will substitute certain words as I read this article. Why it isn't called the monkey ox anymore as UK prepares for, you know, we'll say a spread, or can't even say that word, but let's continue. This is the UK has been advised to prepare for an outbreak of M-ox, previously known as monkey ox disease, following the first confirmed case in Europe. It says earlier this week, I know it says World Health Organization, but I like to say the World Heathen Organization declared the situation like a global health emergency after it has been reported. So I don't know who the flying flew. After it had reported that there have been 500 plus M-ox deaths. It says a day later, and be aware. This is how you know it Esau on some tomfoolery, because it's gonna say some tomfoolery. I'll point it out though. But it says a day later, Sweden announced that a person had contracted the ailment after a visit to Africa, with Swedish Health Minister Jacob, that is Forsmed, saying it was the more grave clade 1 strand. I looked it up earlier, but let's keep going. I forgot what it meant, but let's keep going. It says the World Heathen Organization have since called for international help to stop the ailment, which causes rashes and flu-like symptoms. It says Africa is where the outbreak is currently happening, and it is being said, Salakia, I'm just going to have to substitute words because whoever wrote this article, like, it was just haphazardly thrown together. Africa is where the outbreak started, or is currently happening. And it says, and it's being, and it is said that children and teens are most at risk, with over 60% of fatal cases being those under the age of 5. So it's detrimental to babies, basically. But watch what they say though. This is the disease known as monkey ox. However, its name was changed by the WHO for a particular reason, and this the BS right here. It says, now I'm gonna say it right here. It says monkeypox became the disease's name after it was first identified at the Statens Serum Institute in Copenhagen in 1958, or Copenhagen, however you want to pronounce that, when monkeys were used for research to begin developing the pox. Hence the name given to it in the 70s. So there you go. A lot of tampering and messing with stuff that ain't supposed to be. But it says, however, in 2022, the WHO decided to change it due to racist and stigmatizing language being reported to the organization. That's how you know right there. We are not ignorant of Satan's devices right there. Why would you change something if it came from that? Well, let's continue. It says, After numerous consultations, the World Health Organization, decided upon the adoption of a new synonym, the MOX, in English, for the disease, which became the official terminology following a transition period of 1 year. They wrote, this serves to mitigate the concerns raised by experts about confusion caused by a name change in the midst of a global outbreak. It also gives time to complete the ICD update process and update WHO publications. Yeah. Just about on that alone, we know there's some time for it. MOX can spread if you come into close contact with an animal or a person infected with the ailment. It says, and even though it's not yet known which animal is largely carrying, we'll say, the ailment, infected rodents are widely suspected of transmitting a lot of cases, according to the U.S. It's like a UK government, even though the U.S. and the UK pretty much the same. Only thing is they just talk different. That's about it. But yeah. But let's continue. Now that you've seen, like, it says it is not yet known, or it's not clear which we'll say animal that the Lord created, to be on this earth is carrying it. But they assume rodents, and of course, with the rodents, with that little whole little thing that they had, with that shit, they damn near wiped out the Edomites at that point. But that's for another time. It says right here, it says the full range of symptoms. It says it includes fever, rash, swollen lymph nodes, chills, headache, muscle aches, fatigue. It says Cleveland Clinic further states that the rash starts as flat red bumps, which can be painful. Those bumps turn into blisters filled with pus. Eventually, the blisters crust over and fall off. The whole process can last for 2 weeks. Last 2 to 4 weeks, to like it. It says the website further explains that the areas that could be affected are the mouth, face, hands, feet, the genitalia of men and women, and we'll say the poop chute. It says, according to Dr. Meera Chand, the UKHSA deputy director, the current risk of the UK population is considered low. And that right there also said that up to December 2022, there had been 3,732 confirmed and highly probable MOX cases reported in the UK. So it's then jumped up from 1 person to 3,000 people. Now you see. Anyways, let's just get right to the point. I got 2 scriptures and then I'm going to end it. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now, it just gave away what they was doing with the, we'll go right here to it. Boom, right here. This whole little thing right here. This the giveaway. So we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. So we already know this is something that he is using. We know this. But nonetheless, we are not ignorant of his devices. We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, this devil devices, and what he plans to do in the earth, or trying to do in the earth, to usher in, we'll say, his new age that is really going to fail. But let's continue. So don't fall for the tomfoolery. But nonetheless, a lot of people will. But only those that are in the know understand it and know that this is just a device of Satan. The physical counterpart. Last point. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So we got to be sober. We got to be vigilant. We got to be paying attention. We got to have our heads on a swivel, and we got to be prepared. Because the devil, he's walking around as a roaring lion. What happened when lions roar? What happened? It make other animals afraid. So that's how the devil is walking around. He's walking around as a lion, roaring, seeing who he may devour, seeing who he can take down with his devices, with his wickedness. Seeing who he can cause to fall away from Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. So he's going around seeking whom he may devour. So with this right here, they can Esau can finagle up something and blah, 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 blah. Now, guess what? Everybody and their mama that's not in Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is now afraid, talking tomfoolery. And through this, they can implement all kind of lockdowns and shutdowns and holdbacks and holdups to prevent things to prevent people from moving and doing what they what they don't want people to do, so that they can usher in their new era that they're trying to usher in. So yeah, that was just a little lesson, and with that, shalom.